Let's perform staking using Solana and the Phantom Wallet. If you haven't yet done so, go out and be sure to download the Phantom Wallet at phantom.app/download here. Click the download button and get it installed. I have this running in Google Chrome, and as we can see, I have an account pulled up here with 1.5 SOL in it. What I want to do here is I want to stake this SOL. As we've talked about, staking SOL is all about gaining APY, or annual percentage yield. I want this number to go up over the course of time. I want it to be worth more than just 1.5 SOL. If I just leave it in my wallet after a year, it'll still just be 1.5 SOL. I would rather this be 1.6 or 1.7 or maybe even higher at the end of a year. So how can I go about doing this? Well, I'm simply going to take the Phantom Wallet and I'm going to say more and say stake SOL. At this point, I'm given a list of validators that I can choose to stake my SOL with. Now you'll notice at the very top, Phantom likes to suggest themselves. Every wallet likes to do this, and for the most part what we'll find is that even though they're fairly popular, we see that the Phantom validator has 365,000 SOL staked on it. That's quite a bit. We do see that the APY, 6.92% at this moment, is a lot less than most of the other validators that are listed. And so that's one of the downsides to it, is they're just trying to gain a little bit of, or leverage their brand recognition to gain some staked Solana so that they can make a lot of additional money running their own validator. But it comes at a cost here from our perspective in that we're not going to gain as much APY. So let's run a quick search for Lake Stake, and we see that the Lake Stake validator is offering a 7.61% APY. That's way better than the Phantom APY, and so we're going to click this and decide how much do we want to stake. Now, whether to stake it all on one validator or not is going to be a decision we have to make. Let's say we want to split this between two validators. Just in case one of the validators were to go down, we'd want to not risk losing all of our gains in the amount of time it takes for us to realize that validator's down. So I'm going to put 0.75 SOL onto Lake Stake here. Notice, by the way, this commission value is very important. Lake Stake, at the time of this video, has a 0% commission. A lot of validators do run at 0% commission. We want to make sure that we target those when we can. So I'm going to click stake here, and what we're going to find is that staking this SOL does take a little bit of time. It takes until the end of the current epoch in order to be fully staked and to be earning an interest, that return on our staking. So while that's working, let's go over to, oh, there we go, SOL staked. Perfect. It'll begin earning rewards in the next couple of days once it becomes active. It will become active once the next epoch is here. So we do see that we lost half of our amount. It's no longer in the wallet. It is in a staking account. And also notice it cost us a little bit more. That 0.00007 was used to pay the transaction fee on the staking. So not a whole lot there. Solana is very cheap and very fast to use this network. It's a wonderful thing. So let's go over to another wonderful website here, stakewiz.com. StakeWiz is going to show us a couple of things. First of all, it'll tell us when the current epoch is going to end. It's going to end in about 1 day and 11 hours. So one downside to trying to move our SOL around and stake on different validators is it takes a while. It takes until the end of the epoch to unstake, and then it takes until the end of the epoch to stake it. And so we want to try to keep our SOL on one validator if that's at all possible for that reason. The other thing we can do with StakeWiz is we can actually get a better sense of what the actual APY is on some of these validators. So for example, I can type Lake Stake in here as well, and we see that according to StakeWiz, we're looking a little bit more at 8.67%, which is even better than what Phantom Wallet told us. So sometimes the Phantom wallets, and whether we're using Phantom or Solflare, either way, any of those wallets will tell us one thing. StakeWiz is a good place to try to figure out what the actual, or what they call their true APY. It's based on a lot more metrics than what's being used over on the right in the Phantom wallet. So using these tools, we can very quickly find a number of validators to stake our SOL on. And just keep in mind, it takes until the end of the epoch to fully stake, but otherwise, find the validators that make the most sense to stake on. Consider using Lake Stake to stake that SOL, especially if this video was helpful for you. Otherwise, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and always remember to stake at the lake.